Hello, Anointed Ones. Welcome back to the Anointed TV channel, where we bring you the latest and most thought-provoking stories from the world of faith and spirituality. Today, we're diving deep into the 10 of the most scandalous scandals that rocked the religious community in 2024. These aren't just stories. They are shockwaves that have left congregations in disarray and many questioning the integrity of their leaders. This video is not to cast judgment on these fallen gospel ministers, but a reminder to be alert and have a sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Our first story takes us to Dallas, where Pastor Tony Evans, a towering figure in the Christian community for nearly 50 years, left many people shocked when on the 9th of June 2024 announced that he will be stepping down as senior pastor at Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship. Pastor Evans cited an unnamed sin and admitted to not exercising righteous judgment. While no crime was committed, this revelation sent shockwaves through his congregation and the larger Christian world. According to a statement released on the church website, he said he would temporarily step away from his pastoral duties and go through a restoration process instituted by the church elders since he fell short of the church's absolute supreme standard, which is the Word of God. Next, we turn to Southlake, Texas, where one of the year's most devastating allegations surfaced. Pastor Robert Morris, founder of Gateway Church, resigned in mid-June after Cindy Clemsher accused him of SA spanning 5 years, beginning when she was just 12 years old. The abuse happened in the 80s when in his early 20s and a teaching pastor at Shady Grove Church. Since Robert founded Gateway Church over 20 years ago, he referred to an inappropriate relationship he had with a lady, but failed to disclose the said lady was a 12-year-old girl. Gateway hired an investigating firm, and the report indicates that many other Gateway Church elders knew about the details of the abuse but covered it. The disgraced Pastor Robert has never spoken or seen in public since he was exposed. This revelation led to a significant backlash, with 4 church elders, including Morris's son, resigning. The scandal not only damaged the church's reputation but also led to a reported 30% loss in congregation attendance, highlighting the deep trust issues that arise when such accusations come to light. Steve Lawson has been a towering figure in Reformed evangelical circles, known for his passionate preaching and dedication to biblical exposition. He served as the lead preacher at Trinity Bible Church in Dallas, Texas, and was also the dean of demon studies at the Master's Seminary. His influence stretches beyond the pulpit, with numerous books under his belt and a significant following in the Christian world. The news broke out on September 19, 2024, when Trinity Bible Church announced that Pastor Steve Lawson had been removed from all ministry activities indefinitely. The reason? An alleged inappropriate relationship with a woman, which Lawson himself disclosed to the church elders. This confession led to his immediate disqualification from ministry roles at Trinity and his resignation from One Passion Ministries, which he founded. Pastor Phil Johnson from Grace Community Church shared that Lawson had a 5-year relationship with a woman in her late 20s. Lawson confessed after the woman's father confronted Lawson that he came forward, not out of his own volition but due to potential exposure. The Christian community has been left in various states of shock, sadness, and prayer. Lawson's removal from his roles has led to the cancellation of all his upcoming engagements and a significant shakeup in the organizations where he held positions. His teachings and books have been pulled from several platforms, profoundly impacting his legacy and influence. Chris Reed, who was the president and CEO of Morningstar Ministries, a ministry founded by Rick Joyner, announced his resignation on August 26, 2024. This move was not just a change in leadership, but was intertwined with allegations of sexual misconduct. Reed's resignation was dramatic and unexpected. In his statement, he expressed his intent to return to what he believed was his true calling: to prophesy, pastor, teach, preach, and write. He mentioned handing over leadership back to Rick Joyner, the founder of Morningstar. But the reasons behind this move were layered with controversy. Shortly after his resignation, reports emerged that Chris Reed had been involved in an inappropriate relationship back in 2021 with a woman named Catherine, who was a student at Morningstar. Reed admitted to sending terrible texts and kissing her, though he denied any further physical encounters. These revelations detailed how Reed used prophecy to pursue this relationship. Rick Joyner, in response, has stated that evidence is mounting against Reed concerning physical misconduct. He admitted to allowing Reed to act as president during a supposed restoration process, which has now been criticized for its timing and transparency. Joyner expressed his regret and shock over the situation, indicating that Reed's actions should have disqualified him from leadership. Chris Reed has since launched his own ministry and Jesus Revolution Church, where he is pastoring. In late 2021, the storm began brewing when Joanie Lamb, former vice president of Daystar Television Network, and his wife Susie accused Joanie Lamb, the network's president, of covering up the sensual abuse of their young daughter by a family member. The couple claims that when they brought these concerns to Joanie and her late husband, Marcus Lamb, the response was not what one would expect from a family or a ministry dedicated to Christian values. The fallout was swift. Joanie and Susie Lamb were let go from Daystar amid allegations that this was retaliatory for bringing the abuse to light. Adding to the controversy, there's the accusation of spiritual abuse. An audio recording of a meeting between Joanie Lamb, Jimmy Evans, and the Lambs was released, where Evans allegedly said Joanie was the voice of God to Joanie and Susie. This has led to debates about power dynamics and control within the network. Joanie Lamb has denied these accusations, stating that the claims are part of a smear campaign, particularly linked to her marriage to Doug Weiss, a sex therapist who divorced his wife of over 30 years shortly after Marcus Lamb's death. Bishop T.D. Jakes, known for his megachurch, the Potter's House in Dallas, and his motivational speaking, found himself in headlines not for his sermons, but for his name popping up in a lawsuit against Diddy. But what exactly are we talking about here? Sean Diddy Combs has faced multiple sexual assault allegations and was involved in a federal sex trafficking investigation. In March 2024, a lawsuit filed by producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones against Combs mentioned Jakes, stating that Combs planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact on his public image following allegations by his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Now, let's be clear, Jakes isn't named as a defendant in the suit, but this mention has sparked a wildfire of rumors and speculation. The allegations against Diddy include hosting sex parties where powerful individuals were allegedly present, including claims of Jakes' attendance at such events. Jakes has vehemently denied these accusations. In a sermon, he addressed the rumors head-on, saying, "I will not use this sacred day and this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach the truth." His team also issued statements calling these allegations unequivocally false and baseless. Apologist Michael Brown, accused of sensual misconduct. Dr. Michael Brown is recognized for his work in Christian apologetics, particularly within Messianic Judaism. He's the host of The Line of Fire, a radio show where he discusses theology, culture, and current events from a Christian perspective. However, recent allegations have cast a shadow over his public persona. In December 2024, a woman identified by the pseudonym Aaron came forward with accusations against Brown. According to reports, these incidents occurred when Aaron was 21 years old and working at Brown's Fire School of Ministry. She alleges that Brown engaged in inappropriate physical contact, including hand-holding, kissing on the lips, and swatting her on the backside. Dr. Brown has responded to these allegations, denying any sexual misconduct, but admitting to what he described as a definite lack of judgment in his interactions with Aaron. He insists that his relationship with her was non-sexual and likened it to a familial bond. In response to the allegations, Brown's ministry board immediately commissioned a third-party investigation. The investigation is being conducted by the law firm Mitchell, Stein, Carey, and Chapman, known for handling such sensitive matters. Tony Camarota, of Stonebriar Community Church, was fired after confessing to a moral failure that disqualified him from leading worshipers. Camarota, who had been with the Stonebriar Community Church for 17 years, was removed after expressing deep remorse for an undisclosed sin. While not addressing what that moral failure was, the church asked its membership not to speculate. "And please guard against giving the devil any foothold for more damage to our church through unnecessary speech and speculation," the email reads. This is a sad day, and we don't want the devil making it worse through any one of us in the days ahead. Ronald Goines of Koinonia Church charged with sexual assault. Goines, a pastor at Koinonia Church in Arlington, was arrested on July 25th in connection to an ongoing sexual assault investigation, according to the Arlington Police Department. Goines turned himself into the Tarrant County Jail after the police department's sex crimes unit obtained 2 warrants for his arrest. He was charged with indecent assault and sexual assault. Goines was released on July 27th after posting $23,000 in bail for the 2 charges. Taryn Dames of North Dallas Community Bible Fellowship, Plano. Police arrested 51-year-old Taryn Dames, the senior pastor at North Dallas Community Bible Fellowship in Plano, after he called an undercover officer who was posing as a sex worker, offered to pay $150 for sex, was given an address to a motel, and was then recorded knocking on a motel door at the address he was given. His arrest came as part of a sting operation the Plano Police Department regularly conducts targeting buyers of commercial sex. In a statement, the church Dames had worked at said Dames was removed from its staff and his position in May. The statement cited a moral failure as the reason for his removal, but did not mention his charge from police. Luke Cunningham, a student minister at Lakeside Baptist Church in Granbury, who was a former youth pastor in Lubbock, was arrested after being charged with sexual assault of a child, records show. The church immediately suspended the man, 41-year-old Luke Cunningham, upon learning he had been accused of inappropriate conduct with a minor at another church, and he was immediately released from his employment days later after more evidence was gathered. Each case left a trail of confusion, hurt, and unanswered questions for their congregations. So, what can we learn from these tragic stories? The truth is, no one is above accountability, not even pastors. As believers, we must remain vigilant, pray for our leaders, and ensure transparency in church governance. Let's not forget the power of redemption and the call for forgiveness, but let's also insist on integrity and justice. The church is a sacred space, and those who lead must reflect the highest standards of godliness and moral conduct. Before we sign off, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How do these scandals affect your faith, and what do you think churches can do to prevent them in the future? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth stories. Thank you for watching, and remember, stay faithful, stay informed.